Welcome to the Impromptu Life. My name is Artettina, and today we are working on another lavender dragon. This particular dragon is going to have glowing mushroom natural effects or nature effects, and he still is, like in the other paintings, hunting down a little butterfly that's flying around up in the air with him. And I'm doing it basically the same way. I did a bit more painting on this one before I went to the gold background. I felt like I went as far as I could before I really needed that goldish background. I also showing a little bit more of the drawing and designing part here, because I know in some of these, time-lapse pieces I skip that. This is our goal. This is what we're basically heading for. It does need another layer of gold, as well as some highlights on the butterfly wings before I list it for sale or anything, but I definitely wanted to share another one. I got a lot of wonderful feedback for the last flying serpents, or my flying snakes, or if you will, my lavender dragons. And so I thought I would do another lavender dragon. This is actually a baby snake or a baby dragon, and I don't know what a baby snake is called. Is it called a hatchling? If you know what one is called, please leave it in the comments down below, because I'm not sure what a baby snake is called. For some reason, I'm just growing up a complete blank, but I think it's hatchling. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this new lavender dragon painting. And before I forget, don't forget to like and hit that like button and subscribe if you love creating and making things. The Impromptu Life is all about the creative process, building things and making things. And like I continue to tell people, hopefully we will be off grid soon and be working on some larger creative projects. I will continue to do the paintings as I can, and I think that people have been enjoying them. And I've been much more consistent about showing the different pieces that I'm making right now. If you love original one-of-a-kind pieces or artwork or paintings or sculpture paintings, I do the sculptures and the surreal sculpture paintings. I do realism, landscape, watercolor landscapes, watercolors. You can check it all out on my channel, and I would be so happy if you did so. If you have someone really creative in your family that also loves the creative process and is looking for inspirational ideas, please be sure to share the video out to them. I am very, very grateful for all the people who've been enjoying the artwork. I do in the description as well, I think it's also on the about part of the channel page, have links to the platforms where I sell my original art. And if you don't see something right away, you could either message me, or it might already be sold. So just know that. This is one of my favorite parts of doing any kind of painting, is getting into the details and going lighter lights and then keep going darker darks. And like my other paintings, I am not using black. I am using the combination of the deep red, regular red, it's the same red as in the background, with the dark blue, and that creates a very warm black. And it depends on how much red you put in or how much red you don't put in, and you can create kind of a black that you want. If you want just the cold blacks, you can always just stick with your blues. You can also use a actual black paint. I just have a tendency to not use black paint, but I do have some just in case. Just in case my black isn't black enough, but it usually always is. Now, I might still have a little bit more left to go on the glow, even though I feel like I did get the glow down pretty well. I'm one of those people that just loves the glow effect so much. I kind of was stuck with, do I want more glow in here? Do I want more reflection? And I think it looks amazing, but part of me is kind of undecided. And I might just have to put in a little bit more glow on this piece as well. We will see. because I do know I do need a couple more layers of gold, a third at least, because I only have 2 on here. By the time I finish this, I'll only have done 2. And even with these highlights, I am mixing the colors that are surrounding my snake dragon, or the lavender dragon, the flying serpent. I am mixing the surrounding colors in with whatever highlights or deepening or darkening that I want to come out, because as you know from watching my videos, one of the things I think that makes your art so much more cohesive is making sure the colors that you're painting objects are mixed in with the colors of the other objects. Oh boy, I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. You can see me doing it here. So there'll be a little bit of the butterfly colors, and I'll, like, it's kind of sped up here, but I'll reach over and I'll touch a part of the snake or whatever, make sure some of the butterfly colors are actually in those other paints. In here, I'm really trying to determine, although I wanted an orange or kind of more of an orange or red butterfly, I really struggled with it because it was a lighter colors, it was getting lost in the gold. And this can happen. It's not like in the creative process you have an idea in your head, but until you have it on, you're like, no, it's lost too much in the gold. And then I'll like warm it up or something to get it to come towards you. And I do believe I warmed up with a bit of reddish orange. It came out kind of pink. If the black background was black, this would all be very bright. And because the background is gold, it would have been completely lost if I had done the silver background. But because the background is gold, I'm trying to not lose my little said butterfly, but I also want the butterfly to be transparent. And so you can see where one of the mushrooms that's underneath the chest, right up against, and it's not really right up against the chest, but underneath the chest, I don't feel like I have enough of the green illumination from that one mushroom reflecting on the chest. I feel like the other ones are reflecting really well, but I may have to go in and add some green there. Again, I'm kind of nitpicking. That's what I do. I really love detail realism and stuff, and I really love loose work too. You know, I love everything. You know that. You know that from watching me paint and my paintings, that I love everything. But in this particular piece, I did want a lot of detail, and I really wanted a lot of reflection or glow or illumination from our mushrooms. So I may have to revisit this even again. So it might, if you go to see it, if you go to the platforms from the descriptions below and you go to see it, it might actually look a little different. Not too much, but I may just go work in some more glow. I think I'm going to decide tomorrow. Sometimes I like to take a day and just kind of take a day, step back, think about something else, look at other things, and then come back to a piece. And it's funny because sometimes I feel like when I've done that, the next day I'm like, oh, that's not how I remembered it when I finished yesterday. And sometimes it's a positive and sometimes it's a little negative. And then I'll know I need to work more on this, or I need to do nothing and it's perfect. And so, but it's very interesting how the next day will give you a perspective. Again, don't forget to pound that like button and be sure to like and subscribe if you love creating and making things or just watching things come to life. Thank you so much for joining me.